Hi guys, here's a brief video talking about the open source light controller and showing you how it's used when it's in your vehicle. Now of course before you get to this point the circuit needs to be built and installed, and you need to set up some things in the code that are programmed onto the chip. There's a lot of more information about that in the RCGroups thread. There's a link down below beneath the video. But once all that's done, you have it in your car and you can control your lights, obviously, and this will show you a little bit of that. Now before we do that, I'll just explain briefly the theory or the basic operation. There are states. We call these states forward. Moving forward is a state, moving backwards is a state, turning left, right, braking. There's also, if you have a third channel on your radio, you can have states for that third channel. So for example, on this car I have a 3-position switch, 2, 3, and those are 3 different states. Now for each state you can have a setting for each light. There are 8 lights, 6 or so states. Each state has a setting, which can be, the light can be on, off. Many of the lights can be dim, they can blink fast. So it's all up to you. A combination of states and the settings for each state constitutes a scheme. I'm sorry, this is really complicated, isn't it? Just for some lights. You can have as many schemes as you want, and you can change them from your remote on the fly. So in this case, I've set up 2 schemes. Here's scheme number 1. And on the front, we have a 3-position switch. This is the off, position 1. Position 2, we got the running lights. Position 3, you got the headlights. That's what the front looks like. On this truck, I don't have the LEDs wired for turn signals in the front, so this is all we have. I'll show you the back. Channel 3 position, this is position 1. Position 2, the brake lights are on dim. Same thing with 3, but you can see the headlights came on up front. Maybe you can see that. Now, those are the 3 states of the third channel 3-position switch. We also have a moving forward state. Well, there's nothing happens there, but then when I brake, see the brake lights come on. Do a double tap reverse, now the reverse lights come on. So those are the forward and reverse states and the braking state. It still works even if we have the dims on. Go forward, we'll brake. Now they go bright for brakes. Still braking, there's the reverse. Okay, this is scheme 1. Here's an example of what you might like to do. I prefer this scheme because I don't really like, you'll see there's no turn signals. I don't really like that on my cars, but you can do it if you want. So what I did in the code is I set up a second scheme where it's the same as this one, except that the turn signals work. To enter change scheme mode, we're going to turn the steering wheel back and forth several times really fast, and you'll see these lights twinkle. That means, and it won't show up very well in the video, but they twinkle really fast. That means we've entered this mode where we can change schemes. And if we don't do anything for 20 seconds or more, it'll exit. And I'm talking, so it may do that, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we turned it around really fast. Now we're in the mode where we can change these schemes. The lights are blinking once. That means we're presently on scheme 1. To move up to the next scheme, we hold our wheel to the right a little bit. Now we're on scheme 2. We could keep going. We have 4 schemes on this one. 1, 2, 3, etc. If I go to the left, we'll go back down. 1, 2, we're on scheme 2. So to save scheme 2 and exit, you just hold the wheel over one way or the other, doesn't matter, all the way over, and just hold it there. So we're on scheme 2, I want to save it, hold it all the way over, wait for a few seconds. Okay, you see the twinkling? Now we're back to normal, and we're on scheme 2. Now again, these schemes can be anything you want. I just made scheme 2 be the same as scheme 1, except that we have turn signals. So now watch. Boom. Right turn, left turn. Everything else still works the same. There's my brakes, reverse. I can turn the lights on or off. It's the same as the first scheme, except we have the working turn signals. Now you could make another scheme where all the lights blink like crazy, like a cop car, you know, turn the sirens on, whatever you want. And you can change these again by entering the mode, selecting which number you want, and then saving your selection. Go back to scheme 1 here. We'll exit. Exited. Okay. And, you know, it's whatever you want. This thing's infinitely customizable. You can see here, my turn signals are now no longer working because we're in the scheme where that's been turned off. So, hopefully this explains a little bit of what you can do. There's a lot more information in the RCGroups thread. Again, check out the link below the video. Have fun.